A South End stop can feel simple until the timing is off. South Park can turn a quick errand into a parking strategy. Myers Park may feel steady in one stretch, and then Ray Farms shifts the pace the second you pull in. Charlotte usually gives you smaller warnings first. Tougher parking, slower errands, tighter routes, and plans that need backup options before they used to. The tricky part is how normal it all looks. You can move through streets, restaurants, parks, and shopping districts you already know, and then realize that the city doesn't move quite the way that it used to. Familiar routes start requiring more thought. Your quick errands need better planning, and easy spots can suddenly depend on access, timing, and what else is happening nearby. I've noticed it most moving between Myers Park, Ray Farms, South Park, and other stretches that used to be easier to predict. The first clue usually shows up in your calendar before you can ever blame the traffic. A few weeks ago, I had one of those Charlotte days that looked easy on paper. I was in Myers Park first, Ray Farms after that, and then South Park before the next appointment. And that sounds totally manageable, right? And that's usually when Charlotte taps you on the shoulder and says, that's funny. Myers Park was the smoothest part. I was close to Freedom Park, which covers 98 acres and includes a 7-acre lake, paved trails, courts, fields, shelters, restrooms, and playgrounds. And around the park, you usually get a little bit more breathing room. Ray Farms changed the pace quickly. This area has about 200,000 square feet of retail, a 76,000 square foot Harris Teeter, 700 residential units, and 175 units for the 55 plus category. With groceries, food, services, and quick errands packed together, that activity is noticeable right away. Now, South Park required more strategy. Between South Park Mall, Phillips Place, Sharon Square, and names like Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Apple, and Rolex, a quick stop can still work. You just want to think through when you go and where you park. The takeaway was simple. The mileage looked manageable, but the day changed by stop. It was a lot calmer near Myers Park. It was busier around Ray Farms and a lot more timing sensitive in South Park. And that really is the point of this video. Charlotte is still an incredible place to live, but in 2026, the details matter more than ever. Cost, access, parking, nearby development, school assignments, and daily convenience can all change how a place feels once you're actually moving through it. If you're trying to figure out which stretch of Charlotte fits your budget, commute, timeline, or long-term plans, that's exactly the kind of thing that our team helps with every day. I'm Josh Burnett, a local realtor here in Charlotte, and we help clients compare neighborhoods, understand the market, narrow down options, and think through what actually makes the most sense for their situation. Whether you're planning to move, still researching, or just trying to get your bearings, reach out using the contact info in the description. A quick conversation early on can save a lot of guessing later. Your calendar might be the most honest map in Charlotte right now. A simple Uptown plan can look harmless until Spectrum Center has a Hornets game, or Bank of America Stadium has an event, dinner traffic hits on Tryon Street, and everyone else apparently chose the exact same window of time to be there. Lovely, very peaceful, nothing says relaxing like negotiating with a parking garage. One of the quieter changes across the city is how much the calendar matters now. Key districts have added enough activity that a little planning goes a lot further than it used to. And the numbers back up the feeling. Center City's population has passed 73,000, and Charlotte's urban core had about 3.7 billion in development, either under construction or expected to break ground in 2026. You feel it through garages filling earlier, rideshare backups, road work, lunch crowds, tighter dinner reservations, and errands that need a lot more planning than I'll just swing by there real quick. Our airport adds pressure from the west side. It comes with 53.6 million passengers in 2025, making it the airport's second busiest year on record with 574,000 aircraft operations. Even if you only fly a few times a year, airport volume still affects hotel demand, business travel, rental cars, airport corridor traffic, and nearby roads during heavy travel windows. So when one resident says that Charlotte feels manageable and another says it feels chaotic, both might be describing a real version of the city. Time, location, event schedules, airport activity, and the exact route are all going to change that answer. Drop a comment with the stretch of Charlotte where timing matters way more now than it used to. The calendar gives you the first warning. The bigger mistake happens when a clean map makes the decision feel finished. A screen can make Charlotte decisions look cleaner than they really are. A map gives you distance, roads, restaurants, parks, and estimates on your commute time. Use it for the first pass, but then keep digging before you make the call. A few blocks can change the entire decision here. Take Dilworth. East Boulevard, Latta Park Road, Moorhead, and 277 all sit close together. From the outside, it can seem easy to understand, but the better question is how one specific address works with the week that you actually have. One address may give you easier center city access. Another could make South Charlotte trips more frustrating. Parking, school assignment, road access, commute flow, and nearby turns can all change quickly once you actually zoom in. South Charlotte around Providence Road, Ardrey-Kell, and Waverly tells a similar story. Waverly's got more than 225,000 square feet of retail space. It's anchored by Whole Foods. There's a 140-room Hilton Garden Inn, 375 apartments, 140 single-family homes, plus office and medical space. All of that convenience puts extra importance on access points, traffic windows, and how easily you can use everything around you. Road projects add another piece. The 485 Express Lanes project adds one express lane in each direction between 77 and US 74, plus one general purpose lane in each direction between Ray Road and Providence Road. The stated goal is better travel time reliability and improved traffic flow, which tells you how important that corridor's actually become. School assignments need precision too. CMS provides boundary maps, and the street address should always be verified directly before you make a major decision. Charlotte also adopted and amended its community area plans in April 2026, giving the city a more localized framework for future growth. The smarter move is to start with the street address, then work outward. Neighborhood names help, but the surrounding details tell the story. Then the numbers enter the conversation, and they're not always as straightforward as they look. A citywide average doesn't tell the whole story. Charlotte's median sale price was about $435,000 over the 3-month period ending in May of 2026. Now that's up about 2.3% year over year. And that gives you the headline while leaving out the local story altogether. The 28203 corridor around South End, Dilworth, and nearby close-in stretches tells a much sharper story. Redfin showed a median sale price around $725,000 over the last 3 months, which is up 3.5% year over year, with a price per square foot around $491. That's up almost 4%. The premium makes more sense when you factor in the rail trail, light rail access, restaurants, breweries, fitness spots, office traffic, and the ability to get a lot done without having to cross half across the city. Ballantyne brings a separate cost story. Ballantyne East was around $662,000, which is actually down over 5% year over year. Ballantyne West was around $477,000, which is up almost 3% year over year. Same larger name, separate price movement. Very easy place to oversimplify if you're only looking at the headline. The bullet Ballantyne adds another reason that the numbers need context. You've got 15 plus dining spots. Wegmans has also announced their first Charlotte store that's opening in Ballantyne on October 14th, 2026, with over 110,000 square feet at 11550 North Community House Road. A commercial pool like that can change how a section of town gets viewed because it gives South Charlotte another major reason to draw attention. So when someone says Charlotte feels expensive, the better question is, which pocket are we actually talking about? Because costs can shift based on school assignment, road access, newer development, restaurant options, grocery options, office space, and just given the number of available homes in that particular location. If prices have surprised you in one Charlotte corridor, drop that area in the comments. Money gets most of the attention, but another cost can sneak up on you during a normal week. Convenience only helps when it works on a busy day. It's easy enough in theory, but then you start asking the annoying little questions. Where do I park? Can I leave my car there? Am I able to grab dinner, make an appointment, and handle an errand without having to completely bust my afternoon? South Park gives you a clear example. The district already has the mall, office space, restaurants, medical offices, and a steady mix of residents, workers, and visitors moving through all at the same time. South Park Forward is trying to address that with better connections, including pedestrian and bike improvements. The 3-mile South Park Loop, and easier movement through the district without relying on one-car trip for every single stop. The South Park Skipper shows where this is headed. It launched in November 2024. It runs every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it gives free point-to-point rides inside the South Park district. The translation, you can park once, move around without the hassle. Nobody wants to repark 6 times like they accidentally signed up for the world's lamest scavenger hunt. Park Road Shopping Center gives a different practical example. There's 66 spaces listed there with names like Black Hawk Hardware, Amelie's, Park Road Soda Shop, Flower Shop, Shake Shack, and more. A setup like that can really work well because useful stops sit close together. You've got the layout, parking, walkability, and access that all matter once your day gets full. A better test for convenience is simple. How easily can you use it when your time is tight? Those small friction points point to something bigger, and the next clue explains why different parts of the city are changing for completely different reasons. This is where Charlotte gets easy to misunderstand. Growth is coming from multiple sources at the same time. North of Uptown, Camp North End is already showing what redevelopment can do when it reaches a large enough scale. It's a 76-acre campus with more than 500,000 square feet restored and another 3.2 million square feet of future development rights. Now the draw is bigger than one restaurant, one event, or one office space. Food, workspaces, recreation, events, and future build out are all feeding the same district, and that's giving locals different reasons to return throughout the week. Then you add Tipsy Pickle with a 35,000 square foot setup, 6 pickleball courts, golf simulators, 3 bars, 31 TVs, pool tables, arcade games, and a shuffleboard. Camp North End's story centers on activity and return visits. Someone may come for lunch, a work meeting, a night out, or a group event with a different reason each time they come. Cotswold has a quieter momentum. The Coolwick is adding 234 units near Coolwick Road and Cheswick Road. And Cotswold Village was acquired by Asana Partners in 2023 for a little over $110 million. Investment there points towards something Charlotte should not overlook. Established convenience still carries weight. Grocery access, familiar roads, nearby services, and a central location can keep an area highly relevant without needing to be the flashiest thing on Instagram. University City brings a completely different driver. UNC Charlotte enrolled over 32,000 students for fall 2025, and the university received R1 research status in 2025. Add True Lion Amphitheater, a 20,000 capacity venue that hosts more than 45 shows annually, and that demand starts coming from education, research, employers, concerts, apartments, restaurants, and visitors who may not have spent much time in that part of the city before. And this is where broad advice gets weak. Camp North End is being fueled by redevelopment and events. Cotswold draws strength from practical access and established services. University City gets its momentum from education, research, employment, and entertainment. Comment with the district that you think is changing the fastest right now. I'm curious whether it's the obvious answer or a stretch that still feels under the radar. Now we need the final filter, because reading the wrong signal can lead you to the wrong conclusion fast. So here's the bottom line. Charlotte in 2026 gets much easier to understand once you stop using one rule for the whole city. Headlines, maps, and price averages all have their own role. The mistake is letting one of them become your entire plan. South End, Myers Park, Ballantyne, South Park, Cotswold, University City, and other areas come with their own pressure points, advantages, timing quirks, and practical trade-offs. The brutally honest advice is simple. Test the details before you trust the assumption. Start with the street address. Verify school assignments directly if that's important to you. Review road access, nearby development, parking, commute windows, grocery access, event schedules, and how that location functions when your week gets busy. Because in Charlotte, the wrong assumption can get expensive, annoying, or both. And please, please, please do not build an entire plan around someone saying, it's only 15 minutes away. That little phrase has hurt enough feelings already. My name is Josh Burnett. I'm a local realtor here in Charlotte, and my team and I help clients make clear real estate decisions in this market. Whether you're comparing areas, working through cost, thinking about timing, or just trying to figure out where to start, When Charlotte is on your radar and you want real guidance from someone who is in this market every day, call, text, or email us using the info in the description. You do not need every answer before reaching out. Early questions are welcomed and they usually help us point you in a better direction. If you're still researching, stay right here on this channel. I have community tours, home tours, neighborhood breakdowns, and local guides to help you understand what living in Charlotte actually feels like. And this is the part where our playlists come in handy, and the next one goes deeper into what South Charlotte feels like in 2026. Tap the video showing up on your screen now, and I'll see you over there.